As a Black woman in a leadership position, it's very important for me to have other Black women in production, on set. And the more that other people see us in various roles, whether it's a PA or someone like me who's a showrunner, it just normalizes us being in this world and having these roles. And when I have PAs or ADs or anyone working on set and they see me there and they see me in charge, I think it is inspiring for them to know, okay, I can do this. I mean, as someone who has gone to the brunch, a few times, I remember even before I went to the brunch, seeing it online and thinking, wow, I can't believe all these Black women are in one room. And so just having then gotten invited into the room was one thing. But to get this honor, I thought when I got the email, it was an invite to go. And then I was reading, I was like, wait, they're honoring me? I would say I was very fortunate early on in my career to work for Shonda Rhimes and work on Scandal, and that show was so important to a lot of Black women. Kerry Washington was the first Black woman to be on television in 37 years, and for me, seeing how that impacted other Black women, how people showed up for Kerry, how people showed up for Shonda, and the support of that show, and also that it was a hit show, that people did want to see Black women on TV. That made me really be inspired to want to put more Black women on television. A lot of times I feel like we have to be one or the other. We either are ratchet or professional. And I think it really separates us as Black women. And for me, I feel like a lot of my friends are both. and there's nothing wrong with it. We can be all different things. We can want to listen to Juvenile, but also, be in a courtroom. And so for me, I really want to see more characters on television that represent that dichotomy and show that we are not just one voice. I'm really excited about season 3 of Reasonable Doubt, and I'm excited to tell more stories about Jax and Lewis and all the characters on that show. But as far as themes, what I really want to tell more stories about is just mental health, particularly in the Black community. And it doesn't have to be in any kind of preachy way, but I also think that, in our community, therapy is kind of looked down upon, or some people don't understand that. And so I really want to be able to tell more stories where people are going to therapy, addressing mental health issues, whether they're extreme or just, everyday anxiety. And I think that's important to make sure that people understand what that is. My writing process before, when I was a young writer, I would say I was very stressed out a lot. It took me a long time to try to get things together, but the more confident I got, the more experience I got, it took a shorter amount of time. Also, I worked in network television, so, it was 22 episodes a season, and so I got used to writing fast, used to writing on set, and so luckily it prepared me for this job where sometimes I don't have the luxury to have quiet time to write. So I would say my writing process is like Maxwell, whenever, wherever, whatever. I'm gonna give flowers to this person because even though I know a lot of people, I can say Kerry Washington, Shonda Rhimes, Issa Rae, Lena Waithe, but one person I will say is Nkechi Carroll, because she is someone who was working in this industry. I met her, she was like a supervising producer, co-executive producer, and she was someone I could just reach out to and talk to just about being a Black writer in this industry, and she was very accessible. And now I'm just so happy for her because, at one point she had 3 shows on the air, and she is still the exact same person. I could text her right now and ask her a question. And so she's someone that I think really deserves her flowers. I hope what people say about my legacy is 2 things. 1, they enjoyed my shows, and 2, that they enjoyed working with me, because I never want to be the subject of anyone's therapy session. What I really would like to see for Black women for the next 10 years in Hollywood is honestly not only that we sustain what we're doing, but also improve our station, because Hollywood is in an interesting impasse right now, and sometimes when our industry changes, that means that Black women, Black men, people of color get ousted in some ways out of our industry. So I'm hoping that there's more opportunities, in fact, and I also think that people in general are wanting to see more complicated characters of color on screen and hear our stories. And so I'm hoping that because of the successes of, Reasonable Doubt or other shows that Power, that people really understand that there is not only interest in Black people on television, but also there's a place for us.